congratulate the University of Toledo. They played an excellent football game. They took care of the football. They didn't turn it over, and they made critical plays when they had to in the fourth quarter. And that's what this game boiled down to. Is I was really proud of the effort of our players. I think our guys played their hearts out. I thought our preparation was excellent. We had a great week of practice. I thought our guys showed up ready to play. And I thought for most of the game we played at a very high level. This game boiled down to critical plays in the fourth quarter that they made and we didn't make. You know, the turnover in the territory, we didn't respond on defense. You know, not converting the 4th and 1, allowing them to get the ball 40 yards down the field on the 3rd and 7. And those three things, I thought were the difference in the football game. You know, it was really an even football game, and again, credit to Toledo. They made 3 plays in the fourth quarter that we needed to make, and they made the plays, and that's why they won the football game.
Coach, how frustrating was that inability to convert that 4th and 1?
Very frustrating. I mean, good football team. If you're the better team, you need to convert 4th and 1. So that right there is you convert that. And, you know, hopefully now it's a 21-21 game, and you know, you got to get that.
What did you see particularly on that play? Was it a breakdown on you guys' part, or was it more of a Toledo game?
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of times a combination of both. I mean, we didn't turn a guy loose. We didn't not block somebody, but you know, it was a deal that you know their kid got leverage on our guy and forced the ball to cut back before we wanted it to, and you know, they had brought some pressure off the backside, and we had to keep that thing front side, and because of penetration, we had to cut it back early, and we cut it back into a defender who had leverage. So it was a good, you know, they have a good defensive line. They start 3 seniors and a junior, and well, today it was a sophomore with Elliott. But you know, I thought overall today, you know, I thought they won the battle of the trenches. You know, I thought some of our skilled guys made plays today and kept us in the game.
Coach, the offense went 3 and out on the first 4 drives and then really picked up after that. How were you able to turn that around? You
know, sometimes it's just momentum. You know, you pull something out of the hat, whether it's you know, a little trick formation or you try a trick play, and all of a sudden that sparks the offense. So at that point it was frustrating. We were 3 and out the first 4 drives and just felt we needed to do something to spark us, and those 2 trick plays got us going. And then after that, I thought, you know, I don't know what the numbers are, but we moved the ball pretty well most of the game against a pretty good defense.
Coach, you did about as good a job on page as anybody this season. What did you guys do specifically to kind of the game?
No, we just played our defense.
Coach, how much did the weather impact your decision to go for a 4th and 1, both at the end of the first half and at the beginning of the second half?
I would say at the end of the first half, it was almost all weather. That at that point, it was the breeze was against us. You know, that would have been a very long field goal, and just against the wind, I did not feel good about our ability to hit it. And you know, we got some 6'2", 6'3" receivers. We figured we'd throw it up to them and give them a chance to make a play, or maybe get an interference out of it. And then, you know, I think in the fourth quarter there, you got a 4th and 1. You're inside the 6. They had been running the ball on us pretty consistently in the second half. You know, I just felt we were down there tight and needed to get it in. You know, so just felt, you know, if we were going to play for the win, I just did not want to kick the ball back to them and not be able to get off the field and not have a chance to get the ball back.
Dave, would you talk a little bit about the defense in the second half? It looked like the struggles to tackle came back to life in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, in the first half, we played really well. And in the second half, you know, I think they made a decision at halftime to be more patient with the run game and stick with it. And, you know, some of it was tackling John, to be honest with you. I thought their offensive line really kind of wore us down a little bit. You know, that they've got some veteran kids, and what they did is they basically ran the ball behind the left guard and the left tackle. And they were getting good push on our 3 technique, and they were cutting off our end. And the safety was forced to make plays in space, and for the most part he made them, but he was making those plays 6 and 7 yards down the field. So, you know, we weren't cutting guys loose for 40-yard plays like a week ago, but the pile was getting pushed. You know, the double teams are ending up in the laps of our linebackers, and the safeties, you know, if you hold the line better, the safeties have a chance to make those plays in tight quarters near the line of scrimmage. and the ball was able to get deposited down the field a little bit.
Instead of making plays in space down the field.
Yeah, and again, they were wrapping them up, but, I mean, they you know, a senior back against a young, you know, and kid was stronger than us. So, you know, we need to start getting to a point that we're winning that battle and pushing it backwards. And even if we were getting a hit on him at 3 or 4 yards, they were pushing the pile forward and getting 6 yards on it.
You know, all week long we hear about, you know, how important this game is and how much it means to, you know, players on both sides. How do you now kind of, I guess in a way, kind of de-emphasize it so that it doesn't weigh in on people? And
You know, we have a game next week. So, you know, and I said this earlier in the week, I think the positive of the game is we had a great crowd out there today. I want to thank our students and all of our fans for packing those bleachers. It was a great atmosphere for college football today. But during the season, you have the 24-hour rule, and that was going to happen whether we won or lost this football game. So, you know, we have Temple coming to town next week, and they're an excellent football team. And we got to turn the page and get ready for them.
Samuel's been solid all year long, but how important was he today in keeping you guys in the game?
I mean, I don't know what his numbers were. I know he made that big run on 3rd down, which gave us some momentum, and he's a very good player. And I think he's only going to get better. So he's right now our starting tailback, so he's very important to us.
Was, Dave, the decision with Smithobush on the fake punt, was that called from the sideline or something he saw?
No, that was by design.
Was it something that you saw, or just it's time to open the floodgates here?
So just kind of caught it and worked out well.
We talked about,
How would you evaluate Schultz's performance today?
You know, I think it was a little bit hot and cold. I think early he you know, was struggling, and then once we got that trick play going, it seemed like it picked up. He hit a lot of big 3rd down throws in the second half, but obviously that pick in the 4th quarter was very costly. So I'd say it was a very uneven performance.
Anything else for Coach?
yeah, just if you would talk a little bit more about the struggles in the red zone and you know, missing field goals. You've talked about 4th and 1. Is that line push, running back push, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, you know, there was 2 times we had the ball in the red zone today that we didn't score. And when you lose a 7-point game and when a score is tied in the 4th quarter, those things become glaring. And you know, like I said, you know, they won the battle of the trenches today. And, you know, we hung in there, but I thought we were hanging on. And I thought they on their offensive line were getting consistent push, and we never generated a consistent run game. Our runs were a little bit more draw-oriented, a little bit more gimmick-oriented. They weren't necessarily power runs. And when you have the ball, you know, 1st and goal on the 2 or the 3 there early, you know, we tried to run a power run, and their 3 technique penetrated, and the back didn't have a chance. And the same thing happened on a 4th and 1. And you know, good teams have the ability to run the football at critical situations. And we've run the ball better this year, but in those situations, we haven't obviously done the job that we need to win a game against a good football team.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.